Hey everybody, Hogan Brown with Loon Outdoors, and today I'm going to show you how to tie a real simple Baetis pattern. It can be fished as a midge, Baetis. I tend to call it Hogan's simple Redheaded Midge. The theory behind this was I am a late convert to the European style of nymphing. Our good friend here at Loon Outdoors, Matt Callies, has converted me over the years. And one thing that I've done is I've taken a lot of my successful trout patterns that I've had for years and kind of adapted them to be fished in more of a Euro style on a jig hook and so forth. And this pattern was taken from a fly that's been around a long time of mine called Hogan's Better Baetis. And I basically adapted it to, I thought it was a pretty simple fly, but now it's even simpler. So no one can argue with that, and everybody enjoys a simple fly. Basic trim body, nice kind of flashy with a red head, color combination that's worked for me for years, and a little bit simpler version designed to be fished in the Euro style. Great way to fill a box full of midges and small Baetis patterns. Let's get started. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do when we start tying this small fly is we're gonna use 8/0 black uni thread. Definitely people use smaller. I would highly recommend not using bigger. Because one trick that I've found with any small trout fly is really minimizing the passages of thread up and down that hook shank. So with any midge or Baetis, that obviously is going to be an important part. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start this thread right at the bead. Trim that, and notice I kind of went to about right where that head is going to be. I'm going to take a kind of to save room, instead of going all the way down and back, I'm going to take a piece of small red wire and tie that right into the side of the hook shank. Okay. One key with these, especially mayfly and midge patterns, is I like that wire to be tied to the side of the hook shank to give it that wider than deep perspective, which is pretty critical with the naturals. Next, I'm going to take 2 strands of black. It's kind of this black and purpley flashaboo. Okay, it's number 6997. Take 2 strands. Okay, I take them and I set them right on top. And from that point, I palmer directly, stacking thread wraps right on top of them. And again, that's just to keep that thread and that fly nice and trim. Kind of eyeball it where I want that head to be. And I'm going to take those 2, palmer them back. Palmer them forward. Try to taper it the best I can. Set those 2 aside because you can probably get a few more flies out of them. Then I'm going to take that red wire and palmer it around that body. Okay, at this point, I'm going to tie the black thread off. Trim it. Then I'm going to take a spool of 8/0 red, and all I'm doing with this is just giving it a little bit of a head. Tying it off. You could use red crystal flash or red something else if you wanted to, but thread's a little easier. Okay, then I'm going to take our UV clear. This is thin. Loosen my vise. A couple things, because to get that nice clean taper, you got to hit it with the light quick. So I'm going to turn my light on, set it there, put a nice little glob on there, take my finger, kind of move it around, nice, and then hit it with the light. It's kind of a hands-on way to get it done, but for me, I tend to get the most consistent. Then I'm going to cut those two little tails. I just call that Hogan's Simple Redheaded Midge.